Day 1. 2 of my friends and I drove to California and got a hotel near Six Flags Magic Mountain. We brought 9 hits of acid, which was in the form of Smarties, about 3/4 of a gram of crack, and some 5-MeO DMT, which my friends didn't tell me about until it was too late. We also had a wheelchair, a big blanket, a crack pipe, a lighter, a small notepad with pen, and money for tickets. Before this experience, I had only done acid once, with 2 hits. I tried crack once, about 1/4 of a gram, and other than that I've only smoked weed. I hadn't even been on a roller coaster before this day. We were all in a pretty good mood, but I was nervous because I was the least experienced one with drugs and amusement parks. Day 2, 7 a.m. We wake up, each take 3 hits of acid, and eat a small meal from the hotel. We load the crack pipe and leave for the park. 7:28, we get to Six Flags and start waiting in line. I start feeling nervous and jittery, but my friends don't feel anything yet. 7:46. We finally get to the front of the line, and the acid has begun to kick in for all of us. Visuals start about the same time we get through into the park. 8:02. We arrive at Superman, Ride of Steel, and start waiting. People offer us to cut, but we were just going to wait for the acid to kick in a little more, so we stay in the back of the line. 8:39. Arrive about 2 people towards the front. My friend gives me a cue to take a hit from the crack pipe. I hide the pipe under the big blanket and take a huge toke. I tried to hold it in, but my head started feeling way bigger and uncomfortable, so I blow out the smoke. I turn to look at my friends and almost go blind. I see extremely bright lights, and noises seem to blend in this frightening groan. I started wondering if this really was the crack reacting with the acid, but I could not keep a train of thought going. 8:42. They say we can get on the ride. My friends have to pretty much drag me onto the ride as I'm gripping the wheelchair as if my life depended on it. I keep slipping in and out of reality, wondering if I'm really on the ride. The ride starts. 8:43. I just lose it. I feel like I'm going 10,000 miles per hour through a void. I start screaming and crying. All my muscles tighten up and I sweat like crazy. We get to the top and I start crying. We roll back down and wait to get off the ride. 8:46. My friends quickly get me onto the wheelchair and push me away from the crowds. I look down and notice I've wet my pants and puked all over myself, which I don't even remember doing. My face is still pouring with sweat and tears. My friends try to calm me down, giving me a soda and telling me everything will be okay. 8:55. My friends tell me that they mixed in some 5-MeO DMT with the crack. I asked what it was. They said toad venom and explained it. They had to repeat a lot of stuff because their voices were distorted, and I had to hear things 2 or 3 times to understand it. 9 o'clock. I feel better because I feel the 5-MeO DMT wearing off. The acid is still running strong, and I still feel dirty from the body fluids. I see a crowd of people, and I think they are laughing and pointing at me. They start to come closer, and I tell my friends to avoid the crowd. They look over and tell me that they were actually walking away. 9:12. My friends are still talking to me, and I ask what to do about my clothes. They said this might happen. We are prepared. They told me that there was 1 spare change of clothes that would fit any of us under the wheelchair. I thanked them, and now I'm a lot happier. 9:20. We go to where nobody can see us. I stand up and bring the clothes into a bathroom, hoping nobody would be in there. There was only 1 person, and they looked at me, but didn't say anything about the puke or pee. I quickly go into a stall and start undressing. After what seemed to be 4 hours, I finally get all my clothes on and join my friends. 9:35. I ask how long I took. He said 15 minutes. I put the dirty clothes and blanket under the wheelchair. I looked up at one of my friends' faces and stare. His freckles jump out of his head, then his face melts, turns to pixels and other various things. He said, "Be careful, dude, your pupils are very dilated." 9:40. I asked my friend to ride the wheelchair. He said, "Okay, it's not too dirty. Walking felt great. I apologized to my friends for wasting time getting dressed and whatnot, but they said it was cool. They were sorry for giving me 5 MEO without permission. We were all now in a mood where we feel like we need to apologize." The rest of the day, we went on a few more rides, and my friends found places to take hits from the pipe before going on them. We each took 1 hit from the pipe and each went on a different ride while on the 5 MEO. I didn't go on any more roller coasters, but some other rides. When I waited for my friends, I walked around trying to avoid people. I was very paranoid. Day 3. I was very sore, especially my neck. This was probably because I tightened my muscles on the roller coasters. I will never go on a roller coaster or take 5 MEO DMT again purposefully, but still might do acid to confront my problems. Final note. I would not recommend doing any drugs on roller coasters unless you like very intense stuff. I would not recommend bringing a crack pipe to such a public place, much less smoking out of it. I was very lucky, some people may say unlucky, that I didn't get caught.